Okay, back to Karyn, where we're going to talk more about personality.
Yes.
So we talked about taking the quiz and figuring out who you are.
Yep.
Now let's talk about how you can use this to figure out what your dream career is.
Right. So the part of it, the challenge for a lot of us with our careers is that there's too many options. And when there's too many options, like, 20 years ago, it was like 5 choices. Now we've got 10,000 choices.
Yeah.
So when we have too many choices, we have high anxiety. And so the idea is to have a very clear path to kind of help reduce that anxiety. So there's 3 steps. Step number 1 is you need to know yourself. So you got a sample of the first assessment tool. There's actually 2 assessment tools we actually send people ahead of time. One's on personality, which is really helpful, but the second one is on the industries that actually appeal to you.
Okay.
So you chose, you are SF in terms of the heart of your personality, but you married that with actually journalism, which is a really, really good fit for you. So Tracy, you chose the right career. Let's give it up for Tracy. You chose the right career. Okay.
That must be why I'm so happy. I love my job.
I know.
It's great. It's a good fit.
So step number 1 is we actually get students to do these assessment tools before the course. Step number 2 is you need to develop yourself. Very, very critical that people actually develop yourself. So to help people actually with this, it's a 1-day program. We walk people through the different assessments, but there's kind of, when I actually look at somebody's actually their dream career, there's actually 3 pillars that actually I look at.
Okay.
The first part is what is their personality and what role within an organization is going to be a good fit for them. You are an SF, which is very much on customer service and really people-oriented. Okay, so that's first column. The second column are the industries. Of all the thousands of industries, which one is actually going to be the right fit for you? What appeals to you? You chose journalism. So those are 2 different pillars. But the third one, which is really important, especially for people actually in transition, are the values. What are your clear values that you actually want in your job? And when you actually take those 3 pillars, and we walk people through the process over like 7 hours, when you take those 3 pillars, it literally funnels down from 10,000 jobs all the way down to about your top 2 or 3.
Oh, you're kidding
No,
me.
it's so awesome.
That is specific.
It is very specific. And what's really cool is that some people, once they do that, they realize, gosh, I need to do something totally different. Or what we're actually finding with a lot of adults is that they're kind of sometimes in the right field, but the company is the wrong fit.
Okay.
So the company might be like, it doesn't line up with their values.
Yes.
And so it's the value piece that is actually quite different. Okay. So by the end of the day, it's like a funneling process. They actually have that. So people are feeling pretty excited and then really understanding with what are the things that they need to do to take themselves to the next step. And then after they go home, and this is, I think, one of the best parts of the class, the course, is that we actually give them access to all of the industry expert interviews that I did. So you were one of the interviews that I did. So what I did is I interviewed over 50 top industry experts. Yourself, a lot of the experts here from the show, from healthcare, media, law, you name it, and spent 15, 20, 30, sometimes 30 minutes, depending. Some of them were quite talkative, and to really find out their career story and what they would actually recommend for somebody going into their industry. Because every industry has their little secrets with what they'd be recommending, with what education they'd be recommending, and so to kind of give our students that access, oh my goodness, it's so powerful. So it literally kind of points them right into the direction for their next steps.
So many people would want in on this action, and this is something we don't usually do often, but we're actually giving away 2 passes to your workshop.
Yes.
All you have to do is go to cityline.ca to get all that information, because you almost need someone to put you in that situation where you can direct it. It is overwhelming.
Yes.
And there's so many of us that are adults that still know we don't have the right fit.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense to do that. Great idea. I'm glad you've done that, Karyn. Let's go to break. We've got more coming up.